Welcome back, Little Light Seekers. My name's Miss Shannon, and I am a former teacher, now stay-at-home mom to two littles who loves to do crafts and put God back in the center of our house and in the center of our hearts to be shining lights out in the world today. This week, we're continuing on our story with Joseph, and if we remember, Joseph had a lot of dreams that got him to a lot of trouble. Well, Joseph's in jail right now, and he's going to meet some very important people that he is going to interpret their dreams for with the help of God. So as always, make sure you bring out those big listening ears, bring out those big looking glasses, follow along in the story, because we're going to find out how interpreting those dreams changed Joseph's life forever. A secret message. Joseph had a hard time in Egypt. Even though he was good, Joseph was put in jail. But God was with Joseph. The jailer liked Joseph. He let Joseph take care of the other prisoners. One of the prisoners was a butler. Before he was in jail, his job was to bring the king of Egypt something to drink. One night, the butler had a dream. He dreamed he was taking a drink to the king. The butler told Joseph his dream. Joseph said, "That means you will soon be out of jail. You will get to do your job again." The butler did get out of jail. Joseph asked the butler to remember him. He wanted the butler to help him get out of jail too, but the butler forgot. One night, the king had a dream. He dreamed that 7 fat, juicy ears of corn were growing on one stalk. The 7 thin ears of corn grew. They swallowed the juicy fat corn. The king had another dream. He dreamed that there were 7 fat cows, but 7 thin cows gobbled them up. The dreams made the king worry. He asked his wise men what the dreams meant, but they did not know. Then the butler remembered Joseph. He told the king about Joseph. The king sent for Joseph. Joseph told him, "Your dreams mean Egypt will have 7 good years. There'll be plenty of food to eat. Then there will be 7 bad years. No food will grow." The king could tell that Joseph was wise, so he made Joseph a leader in Egypt. Wow. These stories always amaze me. I mean, Joseph was in jail. Can you imagine being in jail and how scary and sad and alone you would be? Never would Joseph have thought that he would be a leader in Egypt. I mean, a leader of an entire country. You go from being in jail, being alone, to listening to God, putting forth that boldness he wants us to being a leader for an entire country. God wants us to have that sort of boldness too. If we always just listen and look for the signs that God's giving us, he will always bring us out of those hard times, just like Joseph. So for today's activity, we are going to create some really cool listening ears, because Joseph had to listen so well to those around him and hear those dreams, but then he had to listen even harder to God to know what those dreams meant. So these are going to be a nice reminder to see what is God telling us to do. So I'm going to have some cups. These were just some leftovers I had from a little get together. You could use red Solo cups. You could use any sort of paper cup that you have laying around. And if you don't have a cup, you can always use some paper and just make a cup shape for these ears. And we're going to decorate these, and then we're going to go out and about, put our listening ears up to see if God is speaking to us and what he is telling us to do. So grab your cups, something to decorate it with. Because these are plastic, we are going to use some paint and some stickers that I have laying around just to kind of make it fun. And then we're also going to put some string around it so that we don't lose it, and then we can hang it on us for when we go outside and start listening for God. So get those supplies and meet me back here. Now, before we begin, I wanted to show parents what you're going to want to do before your kids start painting. These cups are not the best to cut out because they're really sharp. So I have to put some tape over it just to make sure he doesn't cut himself on the ears after. But you are going to cut this part off so that when we go listen to God, we can hear him and there's not something stopping us. So I just wanted to put this really quick before we start the craft, that you do get these ends cut off. Make sure they're safe before putting them on your child's ear, and then we can get going with the craft I have behind us. Welcome back in, Little Light Seekers. I hope you had a lot of fun outside listening for what God was telling you. I know God is always talking to us and always telling us how much he loves us, just in the beautiful sky outside, in the birds that we see, in the flowers that are growing. God is always talking to us. We just really have to put on those listening ears to see exactly what he's saying. If God said something special to you, head over to my Facebook page or my Instagram account and comment, what did God tell you today? I'd love to know where you are and what God told you. And as always, if you like these videos on YouTube, please give them a big thumbs up and subscribe so that you can come back next week and join us for our continuing story with Egypt and Joseph and something that is a little unexpected that's going to be happening. So I'll see you all next week. God bless and be those shining lights out in the world today.